Money man in the thing of a T and playing no games. Should I already know my name when I speak NCC flame. Got my YouTube poppin', man. Like, subscribing, everything in between. You already know. Money man. You already know I have it.
We're not just playing no more, we own it.
Money man.
Prime equity, prime equity.
Prime equity created by us. For us. Oh, no. Yeah. Draft day came, they low ball the price. 5th round pick, but my name's the dice. Said I lost 40 mil, now I flipped it twice. Turned my story to stock, every throw in the rights. Jersey sales views, every clip gon' pay. But not to the team, that equity stay. NFL said sign this, I said wait. Let me build with the ones who don't split the play. Prime Rudy, I own my name, not just a player. I built this game, pay me what I create, not just to play. The money tied to move the prime way. Prime Rudy, yeah. Prime Rudy, ooh, Shedeur and money made. We set the legacy, no middleman, no crumbs off deals. I want dirty splits, I want brand appeals. Prime got a name that the league still flips, so we flipped it back, now we get the clicks. Every highlight, every chant in the crowd, gotta run my cup when the merch sell out. AI contracts, NIL packs, you already know where the power at. Prime Goody, I own my name, not just a player. I built this game, pay me what I create, not just to play. Wings out to move the prime way. Prime Goody, yeah. Prime Goody, ooh, Shedeur and money man. We set the tone, legacy. Shedeur. They measured my value on the field, but not off it. Money man, jerseys, cameras, clicks, culture. We drive it all, so we own it all. From 5th round, check the $1 billion lane. Who rewrote the playbook, equity in the name. No cap, no limit, this alright. We ain't just playing ball, we on both sides. Prime Goody, I own my name, not just a player. I built this game, pay me what I create, not just to play. Now it's time to move the prime way.
What's going on?
Prime Goody,
we late with it tonight.
We set the tone, legacy. Prime Goody, I own my name, not just a player. I built this game, pay me what I create, not just to play. Now it's time to move the prime way. Prime Goody, Prime Goody. Shedeur and money made. We set the tone, legacy.
Savage, you know. They lying on me, bro. And I ain't even do nothing. I don't even know dude. Man, Pamela, what going on? I don't even know dude. I added him in the title, bro. Hopefully he see it. I added him in the title. Hopefully he see it. What up, Slim Mo? Y'all over there listening to that. I feel you. I see. I'm about to go ahead and get this started. I ain't gonna be on too long. I'm glad you drilling it, dude, because I was going to say something, but I just let it go. I'm about to address it. And for everybody else, too. Let me shut my door. Move my camera just a little bit. Let me get a little zoom in. Hold on. There it is. Cutthroat out here. Look, bro. I ain't confrontational. I won't be looking for nobody to start nothing. And I don't start nothing. But I don't like folk when they say I'm lying now. And I ain't lying. Like me and Savage were talking after he sent me the video. I'm like, bro, you ain't even watch my video then. If you saying I'm lying when I created it and you ain't even watched my video, you pulled it up. You literally pulled it up and still didn't watch it. Bro, you pulled it up. It didn't listen to the song. You didn't even watch the video, bro. Come on now.
And then some people were making AI. This is an AI rap song about prime equity. So, and I know y'all, a lot of y'all come in here, and then who's this channel? Who's this channel? Who is this? Whoever this is, lying about prime equity. About prime equity. So, and I know y'all, a lot of y'all come in here, and then who's this channel? Who's this channel? Who is this? Whoever this is, lying about prime equity.
Come on, bro. I'll be watching some of his videos. I don't hate on nobody, bro. I just don't. Sometimes I don't agree with some of the takes some people say. And sometimes, like, I told y'all, old brother, he be cussing too much. But I watch other people's videos and content. Everybody got their own right to their own opinion, man. But don't be calling nobody a lie when you literally pulled up the original video and the song. What do I look like? You did, like Savage said, he did all that research and then get to mine, the real one, and didn't even look at it. Look, what I'm saying is, all he had to do was just watch the video, man, and he would have seen that I clearly say that this is not a real clause yet. I've been, even after it went viral. Don't get me wrong now. I'm happy it went viral. But I wanted the right narrative, the right way to go viral, not the lies. Because I clearly told y'all to start reporting these AI pages. I came on here and told y'all, hey, send me every AI page you can find they're doing prime equity so I can report them. And as you can see, if you go back some of them AI channels now, they still struggling to get subscribers. They still struggling to get subscribers. And what I look like a boo-boo the fool, not to capitalize off of prime equity going viral. All I did was create a song, literally put my name in it, my YouTube name in it, and it went viral. What do I look like? Boo-boo the fool, not to put a song out when my channel is based on the songs and the content that I'm putting out. Come on now. Literally, I'm telling y'all, no lie. I got 11,000 views on this video right here. This the original. I got 11,000 views on this video. Look. 11,000 views. This the video I put out. It was a concept. Bruh, I tried. It's too many of them. Bruh, it was like over 20 of them. I promise you it was over 20. And I had copyright strike all on. But if you go to them AI channels, someone that I did copyright strike, they still ain't over 5,000 viewers, 5,000 subscribers, or even close to 10,000. They should have been up to 10,000 now, because what I'm about to tell you is ridiculous. So they took my video, that video I just showed you, then they made an AI video of it, and the AI video started going viral because they was taking the mock clause that I showed in my original video. They took that and turned it into a real thing. Not once did I say Shedeur Sanders got prime equity clause in his contract. And not once did I say that prime equity song, Shedeur made it. I didn't say none of that. Everybody else did. I just capitalized, like people should do, capitalize on the moment and still capitalize on the moment. What I'm saying is, literally, I probably lost maybe $10,000. Listen to what I'm saying now. That's just straight from YouTube. I probably lost about $10,000. I'm telling you, it's 20 channels, 20 or more channels that had prime equity as a video getting 200, 300,000, 80,000, 75,000. They were getting thousands of views on their prime equity video. And The original video that they took only got 11,000. I lost about $10,000 just straight from YouTube. I ain't even talking about TikTok, because when it really exploded and started going global is when it hit TikTok. And that dude that made the video on TikTok, he probably got, I think he got over like 400,000 views on that thing now. I think he do. So that was just the prime equity clause. So y'all was on here live and I told y'all. So I was like, okay. I got back in the lab and I made the song. And then the song went viral. And still going viral right now. And like I said, I'll be a fool not to capitalize on that. And the thing is, prime equity ain't a lie. It's not a lie. Prime equity is not a lie. People saying that it's a real clause and should do a contract is a lie. Prime equity is not a lie. Prime equity can be a real thing. Prime equity can be an actual real clause in a contract. It's just not in a contract yet. Notice what I said. It's not in a contract yet. Like I told y'all on my last live about this. I wasn't even gonna go live about prime equity no more. But bro made me do it. So the new age of the NFL is coming to a head, or whatever you want to call it. It coming to the point to where these college players with this NIL, I'm just gonna use Arch Manning, and some of these big time future players, they're gonna come in with a brand to the NFL. Is coming to the point to where the NFL can't keep up. And I'm telling you, prime equity is for certain players. It ain't for everybody. It's for certain players that have a brand entering the NFL, where they can capitalize off their brand, bringing more attention, more eyes to the NFL from their brand. Somebody, a lot of people that follow Shedeur, a lot of CU aunties, a lot of women, a lot of older women, a lot of older men, a lot of men, mainly the women though, I'm speaking about right now, that follow Shedeur from Colorado, from Jackson State to Colorado, now to the NFL. They don't know not a thing about football. They ain't even studying the Browns unless they was already a Browns fan. They have came to the Browns as fans of Shedeur and purchased merchandise from the Browns because of Shedeur. They are tuning in, watching the preseason games, sold out, buying tickets to the games because of Shedeur. He could have capitalized off all that if he had prime equity in his deal, in his contract. I'm telling you, I started it. What I'm saying is, you do it leading and driving, the NFL is going to have to get you to play with a brand. That's what I'm saying. So that's what, when I was researching, like some folk don't do on this YouTube thing and be putting out all this misinformation. Because I told y'all, when I research, I look at one thing, I look at another thing, then I might look at 2, 3 more, 4 other more things, and then come up with my own interpretation. I don't go with the first thing I see. And if I'm going to talk about something, I'm going to watch the video. Because you be sending me stuff all the time. I'm like, bro, I ain't even watching. I can't be watching everything. Who you ran into, Miss Ted? But yeah. So I'm like, come on, bro. You doing all this research. You got it up already. Just watch the video. Because they tell me you ain't even watch the video. But the brand, this is what changed in the NFL. That's why I did prime equity too. They don't even know about that. I did prime equity too. The reconstruction of the NFL contracts. Prime equity it's gonna come to a point to where prime equity gonna become a real thing, if they call it prime equity or not. It's gonna become a real thing, and these players gonna start wanting money for their viewership and the audience. They view them, and they bringing revenue and new fans, new customers to the team they playing on. Why can't you capitalize off of that? If Shedeur got a platform on Twitch and he getting millions of views, it's said in Prime Equity, 10 million views, aggregated views for the whole year, he get a $2 million bonus. He has a brand with a following that might not watch the NFL. They just watching him. So now if he exposed his fan base, his viewers, his supporters to the team he's on or the brand or the NFL as a brand, then he should get reimbursement instead of the other way around. Like I told y'all, my opinion, and I've been 100 on everything on here, not bragging, because I just think outside the box. The reason why Shedeur fell in the draft is because they don't know how to control his brand. They can't control Shedeur. If you noticed, all the players in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, well, not even Caleb Williams. I can't even throw him in now. Can't even throw Jaden Daniels in now because they can get prime equity too in their contract because they was in the NIL era too, but they brand ain't as big and hovering over the NFL like Shedeur's is. But them players I named, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, you know they was in the collusion case. Deshaun Watson, they became famous and established their brand from the NFL. Shedeur is coming with his brand before the NFL. So how can the NFL capitalize off Shedeur's brand? How can they capitalize off his brand? We can't pay this man $46 to $40 million, have him a first rounder, and capitalize off his brand. We can't. We can't. We can't give another black quarterback a fully guaranteed contract that's going to the Browns. Because like I told you, the Browns were forced to draft Shedeur. So he had to go to the Browns. They weren't about to pay Shedeur Sanders $46 million or $40 million and give Deshaun Watson the rest of his $160 million that he owed. They weren't going to do that. So the best way to control and capitalize off Shedeur brand is you make him almost go undrafted because he should have went undrafted. If we trade up in the 5th round and make it look like we really wanted him and see he got drafted. Now the collusion that we doing is hitting. I'm telling you what I know now. I'm telling you what I know. This just from viewing, and I'm telling you, the longer they talk, the more they expose themselves. Appreciate the real. I ain't worried about it. But what I'm saying is, the NFL cannot control Shedeur's brand. You seen what he did in the hood, and the NFL didn't like it. People were speaking out. Why are you speaking out? Because he's doing some good for a community that need it. Why? Because Shedeur can do it on his own. He didn't have to call the NFL. He didn't have to call the Browns. Hey, I need this candy machine maker with a tent. I need a bouncy house. I need snow cones. I need a DJ. You ain't got to call nobody for that. I already got it. Hey, bro, call such and such. Yeah, I need you at this event, bro. The Fun Fest. Yeah, come out there, the Cleveland in the hood. I don't need Cleveland or the NFL. Because I told y'all when it happened. We live streamed it right here when he was on Twitch. I said, if Shedeur would have went through the Browns, we still would have been waiting on that. We still would have been sitting here waiting for them to do something. Because guess what? The Browns can still do something if they wanted to. They weren't never going to do nothing. It's bigger than football, bro. It's bigger than football. Because I'm just talking about the black community now. That's what I'm looking at. I'm talking about the black community now. The black community that have been so suppressed, so mind-tricked, so delusional, so mind messed with. You can say whatever you want to, however you want to phrase it. We messed up in the mind. So now you get trained a certain way growing up, believing this, believing that. But it's going to come to a point where you got to be transformed by the renewing of your own mind. That's in the Bible, and that's a verse. You got to be transformed by the renewing of your own mind. If you got a poverty mindset, you're going to keep having that poverty mindset unless you get transformed by the renewing of your own mind. What you mean, man? What I mean is, if you going to continue to keep complaining and being stuck in the situation you is and think you doing something about it, but you ain't learning nothing, you ain't growing in a certain area, you ain't learning something you ain't never knew, you ain't learning the right way what you should have been learning, because they don't teach you in school. How you expect to get something you want when you ain't even trying to do something different? You ain't learning nothing different. Quit getting on these social medias, trolling, going into people's lives, trolling, going on to people's videos, leaving nasty comments, going on people's videos about slap this, fight that, funny cat videos. Get on these platforms and start learning something. Get on the National Geographic. During COVID, I watch one every night. How you know that? I watched the video. I read on it. How you know this? I watched the video. I read on it. How you know that? I watched the video. I read on it. I'm telling you, man, when you start expanding your reach, look, I ain't know nothing about no stock market, none of that. But literally, during 2020, I said, I'm like, everybody I know, they talked about the stock market, they say they don't want to get in it because they don't want to lose no money. They scared of the stock market. Then I said, hold on. The white man put his money in the stock market. He ain't gonna put his money in something that he gonna lose his money. And I ain't talking about a little bit of money. I'm talking about a lot of money. Then I started learning about it. I was like, hold on. This is where I need to be investing. This how you get up out these holes. This how you create generational wealth. How these folk getting all this money? Then you learn about options. That's a whole different game. It took me 2 years. But I bought books. I watched videos. I wanted to know it. Now I can do it. I know what to look for. I know the verbiage. I know what this means. Same thing about this playbook. That's what I'm telling you. How can a supercomputer learn the playbook like that? He ain't ready neither. Jamel, go ahead. You can watch the replay. Look, they ain't worried about Dion. They worried about what Shedeur can do. And it's mainly his influence. When you have a positive black figure changing the minds, having an impact, a positive impact on the little black girls and little black boys, that's a threat. It's bigger than football now. If I turn on the TV and I see Shedeur around all these little black boys and little black girls and they happy and screaming, and he positivity to them, that's a threat. They want you to be out here killing each other. They want you to be out here robbing and killing each other and stabbing and shooting and acting crazy, fighting in the street, fighting at this, fighting at that. They want you to bring a gun to school. They want you to act a fool. But when you get a positive influence, that's a threat. Because get what you're doing. You changing the mind of that little black boy, that little black girl, and you making them believe that they can get out of that situation, whatever it is, you making them believe they can get out of it. I don't care if it's just a hey, a bye, a smile, a wave. It can impact and change the trajectory of their life. I told y'all this before. It's bigger than football. Every NFL team is a business that has a white owner. But exception, the Jaguars, whatever, I don't know what nationality he is. But if he are in agreement and moving like them, because he got deep pockets, then the money talk. It don't matter what color you is, but in this situation, they ain't gonna let a black man in. It's gonna be hard to have a majority black NFL owner. Because why? Because these families that own these teams have owned these teams for generations. And they want to keep it in the family for generations. They not selling nothing unless they forced to sell. And if they do sell, they not selling it to a black man, not majority. Charles Wilson got a minority owner in Browns. Minority, not majority. I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying. Happy birthday on the phone. Man, QB1 and QB2 gonna get hurt. Exactly, Jamel. That's what they scared of. And when I say they, I mean the masses. Because that's why I think outside the box. I had that class in college called critical thinking. I'm glad I had that class. Because I was good at it too. And the teacher used to call on me. I ain't even had to raise my hand, but he wanted to see what I had to say because the way I thought outside the box. So I'm like, if you can have a positive influence, like I said, it can be something real simple. You would just smile at somebody and brighten up their day, and then you just change their whole day, which might trickle down or snowball into a bigger effect to where they end up becoming the president of the United States one day. You don't know. I'm coaching these kids. I'm like, bro, I don't know what you gonna be. I ain't about to put you down and say you ain't gonna be this, you ain't be. I don't know. That's up to you. But what I'm saying is, I'm telling you what I know and what I didn't know at your age. So now you can see and know what I didn't know at your age. So now you ain't got to make the same mistake, or you can go down this path instead of that path. So now I'm giving you my knowledge at a younger age on what I had to learn on my own, or I was taught in a later age. So now you can do what you want with it. Because I can't make you listen because you not my child. I don't live with you. So what you being taught in your house and how you being raised, that going to affect your thought process. But like I tell them, and I told y'all, you got to start thinking on your own and doing your own research. It's true, Shedeur Sanders, he will be the one to make black quarterback majority. Now with that, no, he would not be the one. Because if Deshaun Watson was healthy, He would be the one. Come on now. Look at the whole totality of the thing. Deshaun Watson would be the starting quarterback for the Browns if he were healthy. Because I'm going to pay a man $160 million and sit him on the bench for the next 2 years. No, and I'm looking for a quarterback. I understand if big swing and a miss, but he had been injured. Not saying that we're going to fix his play or whatever, but what I'm saying is, even if it was 17 black quarterback, I know that's what y'all talking about, it would be Deshaun Watson. Just not Shedeur. But that's another thing too. The most prized position that has been held as you have to be the smartest individual is getting taken over by a black quarterback. Not only do you have the majority of the league black in majority of the positions, now the most prized position is becoming black. What I'm saying is, that ain't the reason. That ain't the reason, because you're going to be the 17th. That ain't the reason. It's deeper than that. Nah, that ain't the reason why Roger Goodell said that. He speak positively and power in the NFL, worried about control and power. He ain't worried about that. He worried about the same thing about Shedeur. Dion got his own brand. Dion can't be controlled. Dion can set a precedent what these owners ain't willing to give up. I'm telling you. I guess you did, God, child. I read it wrong. My fault. But yeah. You right, RJ. That makes no sense. 17 or 32, that makes no sense. Not to me. It don't make no sense to me. Because like you said, the one of them get hurt and they got a white backup quarterback, it ain't 17 no more. No, I don't live in Ohio now. Yeah, he took over college. And the way he was moving, when nobody moving like Deion, still ain't. They trying to. When has a team had their own social media team and make segments and videos, uploading content daily? Ain't nobody one doing that. Until Wellow came, Deion came, Bucket came, Shedeur came, Travis came, and they seen how much success they were doing, having an inside look, a background of what they was doing and tracking it. So now you got documentation, video documentation on how this thing grew. And guess what Bucket can do? All Bucket got to do, just like Cold Prime on Prime Video, Bucket can literally take all his videos from Jackson State, make a Jackson State movie. He can take his videos from Colorado with Travis and Shedeur, make a Colorado Travis and Shedeur video. Now he can take that same video that he's making now with Cold Prime, NIL Era, and make another video. Come on now. You had the stars, the celebrities, the music, the jury, the flashiness. Come on. Wasn't nobody setting up lounge chairs on the sideline for the celebrity to come sit field view, not on the 50-yard line in the box, literally sitting on the field. Ain't nobody have Lil Wayne running out with them. Ain't nobody have rappers, celebrities coming in the locker room, in the player lounge, talking to the players, Hall of Famer after Hall of Famer after Hall of Famer after Hall of Famer, pointing at any boy. Hall of Famer here on the coaching staff, Hall of Famer there on the coaching staff, Hall of Famer over this on the coaching staff, and then you winning. It ain't like you just doing it for show. You actually are winning. You took a 1-11 team, then won 4 games. Not only did you win 4 games, you were 3-0 before the O-line started getting jealous and quit blocking for Shedeur. I got a short on here. It's a while ago, but I got a short on here when I talk about that before y'all met me. Then you go from 4-8 to 9-4. Should have been in the Big 12 game. That's what I'm saying. And you see the trickle effect. Michael Vick, Deshaun Jackson, Eddie George, and a plethora of other ones. Charlie Ward, I think he coaching basketball. I'm saying, I ain't saying that 17-32 black quarterback, this, that. That ain't the main thing. The main thing is the power, money, and control. Cam Ward got a chain from the same folks Shedeur that made Shedeur chains. Cam Ward got a chain from the same company. The only thing Cam Ward didn't do, he didn't wear the pendant on draft night. Go look on Cam Ward YouTube when he getting ready for the draft. It's literally, he showed it in the box. They got a CW. And he said he just wanted to wear the chain. He didn't want to put the pendant on. And it's made from the same company. The same dude that came and gave Shedeur that big chain is made from the same folks. Because why? Shedeur put Cam Ward on. Cam Ward trained with Shedeur. Select QB is the trainer. Shedeur want to be a rapper. No, Shedeur made Cam Ward. Cam Ward wasn't a nobody before he got on well off. Now all of a sudden they putting them two against each other, and Cam Ward get drafted #1 overall, and Shedeur go to the 5th round, and they got the same exact stats. That what happened though when you a Trent. That what happened, Savage. When you moving different, when you thinking outside the box, like folk scared of change. I don't even know. I ain't even watch all them highlights on Cam Ward, but all I know is on the jersey reveal, Cam Ward was trying to get a 5th round picks jersey. That's all I know. He was begging Shedeur for his first jersey. It's on camera. I ain't got nothing against Cam Ward. I think he can ball. But the 1st round pick was begging a 5th round pick for his jersey. Not just the 1st round pick. The 1st overall pick was begging a 5th round pick for his jersey. Why? You think he hates Shedeur? No, he don't. This is a friendly competition. Bro, I make you better, you make me better. They ride. Come on, bro. What Netflix? What it called? look, I ain't worried about it because some of these folks, they just do this stuff for the TV. They need to put me on first take. 4th and 1 with Cam Newton, Stephen A. Smith show, Skip Bayless show, Nightcap. They need to put me on there. Cause I'm telling you, man, that's what I'm saying. They were the top 3 picks. They were the top 3 picks. Look, RG, I'm saying the same thing. Why was he there? Because they about to capitalize off his name. They put out, now that was a lie. That $250 million worth of jersey sales. No, you probably sold $250 million worth of merchandise total, not just jersey sales, and he ain't getting no $14 million. That was a lie. Because like I told y'all, how this makes sense? If I'm making $250 million in jersey sales, why I'm going to sign a 4-year contract? I would have broke the mold. I'm signing a LeBron James deal, a 1 of 1, a 1+1. I signed for 1 year, then I got a player option for the next year. Why, money man? Because look, if I'm making $14 million a year just off jersey, I'm switching teams every year. You don't need subtitle, man. I can understand what he's saying. You don't need no subtitle. They're going to tell the truth. It ain't about telling the truth. It's about what's hot. What get the views. Same thing with the YouTubers. It's the same thing. Why you think, I'm going back to bro. Why you think bro made a video about prime equity? Why do you think everybody made a video about prime equity? Because they had to do with Shedeur, a hot topic. Then, oh, he got a contract. He got a clause in his contract that get him paid more because he signed a $4.6 million contract. He failed in the draft. Now he making $14 million. He get 20%. The 20% came from prime equity. And it wasn't jersey, it was merchandise. 20% merchandise, not just jersey sale. Come on now. That's what I'm saying, Savage. Don't come on here and call me a lie. I don't criticize nobody channel or nothing. All I'm saying is just do your own research. Do better research. Quit reading the first thing you see, listening to the first thing you see, and believe in it. Now, some of it might be true, but a lot of it ain't. And did what I was gonna say earlier. YouTube need to fix the algorithm. Exactly, Cody. YouTube need to fix the algorithm because me being a creator that's been on their platform for 8 years, even though I'm just now getting to this point, and somebody AI channel brand new with 2 to 4,000 subscribers, they can take my video, recreate it, not even recreate it because they put me in it. They can take my video, make it into their own, and get hundreds of thousands of views while my original video still at 11,000. YouTube need to fix their algorithm. Just like I got 124 people in here right now, I should be having 124,000. But the algorithm all jacked up because they pushing out they trying to make as much money as possible. YouTube is that they pushing out these smaller content channels making them get all the views so they can take half of their money, and the bigger channels that they don't want to pay, or the medium channels like mine that ain't, they in between 100,000, but they growing, but they still small. They don't want to push them channels out. They want to push channels out that's 20,000 and below because they capitalizing off their money, off their channel, off their views. We gonna push their channels out, get them videos more views, because we ain't got to pay them much in the RPM. But if you notice, go 2-3 months later and go back to those same channels and see which one's growing. Them channels ain't growing like that. But Jamaica, still though, that man old, somewhat old. And I done switched. I understand what you're saying. But I'm talking about for as pushing out the smaller channels more than the bigger channel. I know I started playing the game on here, then I switched to crypto, then I switched back to the game, then I switched to Colorado. Now I'm on Shedeur and Colorado. I know that. But this the only one channel I done had, and I was trying to grow. Because I didn't know what I was doing. Now I do. So now I could start a new channel and grow that one. But I know it's going to take time. And the thing about that, Savage, is it be one person running 4-5 channels. Because that's why they got the same videos up with just a different AI voice. That's what I'm saying? Or Jesus, they making more money off of them channels than he is a big time YouTuber. Nah, I ain't heard nothing about Shallow. I ain't gonna say a billionaire value. He would have had a whole lot more money. Look, they making up so many crazy stories. It's ridiculous. It ain't big like that. He been signing that Nike deal. He signed that Nike deal before he got drafted. He signed that Nike deal before he got drafted. But the AI video, man, got y'all believing anything. And some people be coming in here and I gotta correct them. I like, nah, that ain't true. I ain't heard that. Where you see that at? Where you find that at? Let me see. Nah, I don't see that. My mom today told me Shiloh got signed by the Cowboys. I ain't seen that, because that would have been everywhere. Shiloh got signed with the Ravens, the Steelers, Shiloh Green Bay. Come on, bro. Because they ain't keeping track of 420. They ain't real. They just trying to come hate or just trying to say something so they can get relevant. That's why Tony G, Mary Kay, you ain't heard that from Mary Kay like that. You ain't heard that from Mary Kay like that. The only reason why you still hearing Tony G is because Tony Rizzo was arguing with him about Shedeur. Mary Kay said one thing about Shedeur, and we ain't heard from Mary Kay in about 2-3 weeks. He ain't never been hurting. B, you might be right. But you can't be punishing the child because of what the father did. And if you ain't like what the father did, why are you still mad 25 years later? 30 years later, why is you still mad? I don't know when G Book gonna tap in. Well, G Book got that. Well, he be live stream be in 2000. They want everybody to go away. But they money, they tired with Shedeur so much with the money. We ain't know who these folk was. Hell, y'all ain't even know who I was. That's what I'm saying. They influence. Look, I told y'all he went out there and told Jimmy he talking too much. We ain't heard from Jimmy since. The last time we seen Jimmy, he was looking at Shedeur, not even paying attention to Kevin. Why he got unfollowed? What did he say? What do you mean, tuck my tail? I ain't saying that bad. They don't like the truth. Travis Hunter's wife cheats on him with teammate. Travis Hunter got released from team. That's what they want to see. And folk be clicking on it, believing it. Well, I don't know what you talking about. Yeah, Coda, that was my thing. I'm gonna draw you in with the music, then I'm gonna speak these facts to you, and then vice versa. I'm gonna speak these facts to you, and I'm gonna draw you in with the music. That's the only way I know, God, child. That's the only way I know. But the AI channel out of control. Look, more. I seen Dion text Todd Bowles a threatening text because Shiloh got released by the Bucks. I'm like, bro, man, ain't nothing wrong with using ChatGPT and these AI algorithms, these AI models. That's what the world coming to. Keep thinking they bad. Keep thinking you ain't allowed to use it. You won't get left behind. I'm telling you, that's the way the world moving. That's why they created it. You use AI on your phone every day. When you type in stuff on Google, what the first thing come up? AI search, AI answer. Stop trying to fight AI. It's here and it's gonna stay and it ain't gonna do but multiply. Man, be 3K plus. I can't even get 3,000 on a video. Why he listed inactive? Because they weren't playing them. They figured they ain't need them. Yeah, the thumbnails all of them look the same. Yeah, he was being a little messy. That's why I added him in. I was hoping I know it's late, whatever. But he might see it. I ain't throwing no shade or nothing. I'm just watch the video, bro. Man, Roger Goodell and them owners called Jimmy 420. Microsoft just cut a deal. What is that? Nebis? Man, I might look that up. You riding a Bentley truck. 60% on multi-billion-dollar AI infrastructure deal with Microsoft. See, this the inside stuff I need. I don't need it after the fact, Jamel. I need it before. Because if I had an option, a call option on this stock, and it jumped 60%, I'm talking about hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of dollars. I'm telling you this. They building data centers. They are building data centers for data. They are building hundreds of thousands of square feet building just for data. Ain't nothing in it but data. Not your paper, your computer data, your phone data, your search data. That's what I'm talking about. 160 shares of what? Bro, so you do what I'm talking about. I don't like you, Jamel. I don't like you no more, bro. You see, folk like Jamel, they be holding out. 1,400%. Eight co-holding. What is that? When you get in? When it was $4? You ain't gotta check them all day. I ain't never heard of them. It's something I ain't never heard of. So you just gotta key in on certain ones that you want to look at. You can't look at all of them. It's too many to look at all of them. You're mad 160 shares. And what was your call per share? That's what I need to know. That thing $93.50. It jumped from $64. That's what I'm looking at. It jumped from $64, and that overnight it's at $93.49. It jumped up $29.43. That's 45.94%. But it was already going up. It had jumped up higher than that. It had went to 107. It done came down. That's just today. After close, it went to 107. It done came back down. That's the info I need. What else you got, Jamel? Just send me an email, bro. That's what I'm saying. Them data center are jizzy. They putting them everywhere. I ain't messing with no IPO. I ain't messing with no IPO. Prime, oh boy, you ain't a fan, but man. I don't know. I ain't watch all your videos. That boy had $30. Oh my goodness. Robert. That's what they all do. No, I ain't doing no live Friday. I ain't gonna be here. I might go live after the game. I take that back. I might go live after the game. You got Palantir. Don't remind Jamel. Bro, you gonna slap me. I know we diverting on the topic. Jamel. I had Palantir $8. I had Palantir $8. What way out there in the cornfield? Savage, I ain't messing with no IPO, bro. I ain't messing with no IPO, bro. I'll wait a couple months after, then get in. Because the IPO, more than likely, it will fall after whatever price. Because them initial people that got in before the IPO, them private investors, they going to sell after they run up. Man, I had Palantir. I bought it at 30. Then it fell to 8. And I sold it. I should have held it. I know we talking stock right now. But anyway, back to this. I already done stayed on longer than I said. BMNR. I don't even know what that is. But you didn't get on no option though. That option game, that would have set you free. I ain't had no extra money to put on there, but I will in December. I know this. Like we in September, he talking about December. But yeah. The last thing on there, I got Meta at $92. I got Nvidia. I had bought it the first time for $460 something. I sold it. And after I sold it, that man ran to 800. Then they did a stock split. And I only had one share. Then I could have had 5 shares of Nvidia. And then I got back in when it was 185. Then they did a stock split again. Now I got 10 shares. I could have had about 15, 20 shares of Nvidia. I'm up 1,000 and some change on Nvidia by itself. But I had Nvidia back in 2020. I had it. Well, I'm talking about them stocks, bro. I ain't been looking at it. But back to prime equity real quick, then I'm getting off. Hey, y'all need to send me, Jamel and Savage. Y'all need to send me what y'all in, bro. Bro, what you telling? Don't make me matter. Don't make me matter. But I got Meta at 92 though. You see what? I only got one share though. Then I had Apple at 111. I sold that too. But then I got back in later. But I only got one share. And I got Google. I got Google low too. I got all of them low, but I only had enough money to buy one share. So it's like, bro. Anyway. I thought they were making them video just about prime equity. I get this is prime equity we talking about.
AI. This is an AI rap song about prime equity. So, and I know y'all, a lot of y'all coming here, and then who's this channel? Who is this? Whoever this is, lying about prime equity.
This how all they got started. For the one that didn't know. This how they got started. All I'm saying is I didn't spread the lie. Prime equity is not a lie. Ain't nothing to expose. This could actually be a real thing. Prime equity can actually be a real thing. And like I told y'all the other night, it can be a real thing for more than one industry. More than one. He ain't hit the video because he wouldn't have said what he said if he watched it. That's what I'm saying. He might hit the video now that I tagged him in this one. Hopefully he do. But I don't know. I don't too much care, but don't be calling me a lie. That's all I'm saying. I don't come on here and talk about nobody, even that live I was in before, I ain't believe none of that. You know, that was a little way out there. Putting stuff together that didn't make no sense. Just reaching. But hey, that ain't my opinion. The original Prime Equity video was a live stream. It was on June 30th. Right here. June 30th. Hold on, I ain't even got it up. This is where Prime Equity at. June 30th, 2025. That's when I first introduced it. I didn't make the long form video until July 13th. I ain't make this video until a month later. Not a month later, but a couple weeks later. He did show an image of it. That's why I said he ain't watching. That's what I'm saying, B. That's what I'm saying. Like, this thing could be a real thing. I was doing Shedeur future contract. His next, after these 4 years, what Shedeur could negotiate if he becomes a starter, if he's a backup, if he's a bench player. That was my, if you watch the live, I talk about that before. If you go watch June 30th, this video right here, if you go watch this video before I explain what Prime Equity is, you'll see me going over the contract if Shedeur becomes a starter and what he can negotiate in his next contract. Prime Sanders and carried forward by Shedeur Sanders. It's not a real contract clause yet, but Sanders and carried forward by Shedeur Sanders. It's not a real contract clause yet. Prime Sanders and carried forward by Shedeur Sanders. It's not a real contract clause yet. Prime Sanders and carried forward by Shedeur Sanders. It's not a real contract clause yet. Prime Sanders and carried forward by Shedeur Sanders. It's not a real contract clause yet. Prime Sanders and carried forward by Shedeur Sanders. It's not a real contract clause yet. Prime Sanders and carried forward by Shedeur Sanders. It's not a real contract clause yet. Prime Sanders and carried forward by Shedeur Sanders. It's not a real contract clause yet, but man, it don't matter what I do, Sabbath. It's already out there. And get what? Some folks still gonna believe it's in his contract, and some people ain't. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. But he didn't have to wait long to hear that. That was the original from the live stream. But if you go to this video right here, it ain't that far. It's right here. It's 19 seconds. That's why I said the Prime Equity is a concept that blends power, brand power, media leverage, and ownership mindset inspired by the legacy of Deion Coach Prime Sanders and carried forward by Shedeur Sanders. It's not a real contract clause yet. We 33 seconds in. 33 seconds. What you mean what it is about? The truth about Prime Equity. That's what it's about. But as y'all can see, ain't nobody lying. You seen that number run up. You just seen that number run up. Y'all seen behind the scenes right here. Look at it. Look. Look at that. It's all time now. 17,191 on Spotify, 23,060 7 on Apple Music, 43,982 on YouTube. 1,500 albums, 4,000 library, 2,900 playlists, 5,300 on the radio. Social content users, 6,000 to 8,000 views, 39 videos. 17.1, 28 videos. Most of them mine. Cause I'm getting revenue share off my own videos for playing my music. It don't took a dip. It don't took a dip in the last 28 days though. Did lie now? Did behind the music y'all looking at right here. Look at this. When I be reading the numbers out, y'all think I'll be lying. Y'all thought I'd be lying. Prime Equity got 54,856 streams. Pay me 17,561. QB1 to the land, 2,423. 144 just hit 2,026. And I told y'all we were worldwide. Y'all thought I was lying over there. Exactly. This song real though. You see these numbers. 76,000 streams in the US. I told you we in Nigeria. I'm gonna make me a Nigerian song. 1,261. Canada, 1,101. South Africa, 945. Brazil, 729. United Kingdom, 417. Australia, 392. India, 325. France, 222. Kenya, 168. Last 28 days. What new country we got in there? France and Germany. 7 days. Taiwan got 10. New Zealand, 16. We all over the world. Man, this is the longest I ever done been on. Well, latest. Prime Equity back. But let me go ahead and get all that thing, man. Way past my bedtime. Hey, but Saturday Mail, y'all need to send me y'all stock, bro. I got to take a look at some of these ones y'all got. Jamel making that money over there. He probably sleep now, but it is what it is. I appreciate y'all for coming. Stay tuned for a video tomorrow. Well, today. Depends on what time zone you in. They did, Sabbath. That's what I ain't like, man. That's what I don't like. That's why I wish the real narrative would have went out as far as it's a concept and what it could be, instead of saying somebody saying it really is. Now they're gonna try to downplay it like it's a lie when it could actually be something. But appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get about this thing.
Hey, Shedeur. They measure my value on the field, but not off money made. Just crime making it created by us, for us, yeah.
We're not just playing no more, we own it.
Money man.